evening. So this is going to carry on from, okay, this is going to be, sorry, I'm just putting that bag back up there. This is going to be a vlog. I'm going to combine it all into one. Tonight I went to see the Breach Theatre's production of It's True, It's True, It's True. I've just got back. I did a sit down, literally like splurge on my initial reactions to the show, but this is the process of seeing it, prepping for it. Well, how I've prepped to do, we have two parts for this show, this examination, which is a 1,000-word essay. So our first bit was seeing the show. Our second bit is submitting next week. I have a submission of a 300-word essay on purely on what semiotics is, the theorists, blah, blah, blah. And then we have to evaluate it and put it into a 1,000-word essay about the semiotics, about everything to do with It's True, It's True, It's True. So this is the process I am taking to achieve both of those. This is my desk, but firstly I've literally just splurged. I've written out an overview. I'm going to show you a bit more, but I'm just going to stick this on a time lapse and tidy my room. It's currently like 11:30. I'm just going to tidy my room so that everything in my mind is tidy. I'm going to tidy my desk. I'm going to stick you on my little tripod and just tidy up. See you in a bit. Good evening and welcome back. So I thought I would just sit down and blab to the camera due to the fact that I've just returned from the theatre. I went to see It's True, It's True, It's True by the Breach Theatre at Cambridge Junction. It's currently the 3rd of October 2019. On my iPad here I have the Breach Theatre's It's True, It's True, It's True description. Based on surviving court transcripts, this play dramatises the 7-month trial that gripped Renaissance Rome and asks how much has changed in the last 4 centuries. Blending myth, history and contemporary commentary, this is a story of how a woman took revenge through her art to become one of the most successful painters of her generation. Yeah, that's it. So, I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer. Basically, what I saw was a performance with 3 females portraying each role, and it started in a courtroom, and the whole set was very simplistic. It was there was a trellis at the back of 2 ladders with something and a sheet behind it which was painted with a door on it, which we realised later, and then there was 3 pieces of equipment that changed between seats for them to sit on and a kind of like court stand thing. So that was the set, and then we had 3 females portraying each role, and the roles would interchange. So 1 minute there was one female that played the person that had it was set in Renaissance Rome. It was the courtroom version, well it wasn't the version, it was the courtroom's manuscript of the rape of a young female artist who had been taught to paint by a more famous artist of the time who painted for the Pope, and she was a 15-year-old girl at this time, and then she'd grown up, blah blah blah. She thought the person that raped her was going to marry her. That was a lie, and it turned around and was thrown back in her face. And the portrayal of this was shown through 3 females, and it was shown to how it changed over time. It was a very, very interesting piece. There was there was nudity, there was dancing. It was shown through the paintings that she had painted, and how in the end she got her revenge through a painting of two women killing a guy due to the fact he'd raped somebody. Then the like last manuscript was the fact that they lost the manuscript, but the person that had raped the girl had been tried, and throughout the trial the like nanny of the girl that was raped kept changing her story. He stuck to the story that she'd never been raped. She kept to the story she had been raped. But also one of the close family friends of their like family friends turned around and was like mouthing off that this girl was a slag, where this girl hadn't been a slag but had portrayed that she was a slag through Renaissance Rome. This is why people gripped it so badly. It was extremely like, one minute you were laughing, the next minute you were like on the edge of your seat not knowing what was next. And it portrayed a moment where it could have been modern England today, where she was naked and bathing and two guys kind of creeped up on her and was like, oh yeah, let's fuck up, and thought it was alright and she wouldn't care, and because she was bathing she'd asked for it. So it was it was a very strong thing that you can't do that. It was really strong. So yeah, it was a very interesting play. And throughout it you knew there was the underlying non-consent rape, because she stuck to her story. But the thing was, at that time the show it showed that men had the possession of women due to the era of it was because she got punished in the courtroom for something that wasn't her fault. He didn't get punished because he was this amazing painter and he painted for the Pope. The girl got her fingers cut, basically. And she was like, this isn't, I'm not being tried, he is. But they were like, oh, he's a man and he's this massive painter, so you're going to get punished for his problem, for his, and then they were left alone on the stage, and he was like, yeah, no one's gonna believe you, blah 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 blah. And he tried to blackmail her into going like, who told you? Why are you doing this? What are you doing? No one's gonna believe you, basically, because you're female. And it was so strong, like, and she stood on the stage and she was like, it's true, it's true, it's true. She was trying to make people believe that her story was true, compared to listening to the guy, because it was a guy stat thing that all guys in Renaissance Rome were believed over women because women were the slaves of men. But it proves that women did in the end get their rights in some terms, because he was exiled from Rome, but the problem was he then came back and he was allowed back in Rome after raping this person and being found guilty. He was only exiled for like 20 days. Whereas if that happened today, you would be in prison for life. Or the female would be told it's your fault, you're provocative. And they also brought that up in the way that because she was bathing, she was asking for him to rape her. So it was a lot combined into a very, like, an hour and a half. To see all of that in an hour and a half was a very strong, but there was the underlying thing that she stayed true to her story, whereas the nanny and he kept switching what they were saying, and the fact that the portrayal of the people kept changing to being the court judges, to being the people that were in the scene, to being, it was really interesting to see, and it's a very strong underlying message to anybody that's watching it. Yeah. All good. It does in many ways bring the myth of it, and the myth of like how Jesus was throughout this, and that she was very religious and this guy had raped her. All of that was involved, the religion, the myth, the fact that nobody believed her because she was a female, everybody believed him because he was a male. It was portrayed very well throughout the show, so I really liked seeing it. But I've now got to write through 1,000 words on it, and I don't think 1,000 words is enough to explain what went on in that play and how it was shown. But let's see how we do. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Look where I am, freaking surprise. So I thought I'd do another day in the life. It's currently the 17th of October. Got my little coffee. These are so cute. These are e-coffee cups, which I just think is so cute. I love myself a cup of coffee, and these are actually made out of bamboo. So I'm doing an essay plan today. Well, I've done an essay plan, I've written an intro, and I'm writing out my essay plan on the computer for theatre analysis. So this is going to be a mix. I'm going to take some of this vlog and put it in my theatre analysis vlog while keeping it in this vlog. So when people see the same in both videos, don't hate on me. I'm not filming twice. No, mate. Not about that life. I've also got a doctor's appointment today. I will insert the clip of me being ill the other day. I sound okay, but the situation is that my lungs are just so sore, and my chest is sore. I can't regulate my temperature. My temperature is just up and down, up and down. Like, if I'm laying in bed, 1 minute it will be really cold and I'll be like wrapping myself in that duvet, and the next minute I will be like a hot potato and I'll be throwing that duvet off and throwing it out the window. It's not very good at all. So, yeah. Yesterday I went to Cafe Nero and wrote out my points for my essay, and I did that, and then I've just rewritten them but colour coded them today, so I know which is which because I've broken them down. I've been watching a bit of Grace Fair. I love a bit of Grace Fair. Grace Beverly. Sorry, Grace. I was planning to get up like 8:30, well it was 7:38 this morning to come to the gym, because our gym opens at 7:30 and then it closes at 8 in the evening. And what I thought I would get up really early. Look at these bags. This proves what's just happened. And one of our flatmates like talks really loud on her phone. She's not English, so she's always calling back and forth to home. And like, we're fine with that. We're fine with the fact she has a television really fucking loud so we can all hear it in our own rooms. And then sorry, I'm kind of looking at my essay plan while reading this. And then last night we were all sat in the corridor and you came in with these massive 21 balloons. We were like, okay, we guess it's a friend's birthday tomorrow. And then I went to bed really early. It was like 10 o'clock and I was in bed, and I felt really ill and I fell asleep for a little bit. And then around midnight, I could not get back to sleep. I just felt I couldn't get back to sleep. There's somebody running. It's probably the chat. And then from like 12 till like 3, well 2:30, they were like 1:30 at this point. They were walking in and out of the flat, and I'm right by the door, which means that I heard it, and the floorboards are really squeaky. And like, me and my flatmate were messaging each other like, what the fuck? And I was literally about to flip my switch. If you saw my Instagram story, I was ready to bitch. I was ready to kick this girl's head in. And it just got that little bit worse because I went and asked her to be be quiet, and she was like, oh yeah, my friend's turning 21. I'm thinking of getting them round in 2 or 3 hours. I was like, mate, you could not bring people in this flat at 4:30 in the morning. No. So they all left the flat. We were watching through our peepholes, and then around 3:30 they turned back up, and we were back at the doors, and we were like, you're about to have a war, because they went really quiet. They left the flat after I said that, then they came back, and then they picked up all the stuff and they were carrying it through, and I was like, I hope to God. And at that point it was about 3:30. They left the flat with the balloons, and we think they went to somebody else's flat because they knew they were about to get their asses kicked from us. So I didn't get up at 8:30, I got up at midday, and it's now 2:30. I've got a doctor's appointment at 4:30, well 4:20. I can't breathe properly. So I'm gonna write up my essay plan. I'm gonna show it, and then I'm gonna write it up. See you in a minute. Here we go. So this is my intro. Hold on, we weren't given a essay title, so mine is It's Toy Story 3: The Kick to the Modern World. That's my essay title, and this was like a plan that I'm doing. So I wrote out my intro, and so my point number 1 is the era and how the male dominance, because it's a 3-woman play, I will explain all of this. And then my second one is the power of the case, and it being portrayed by 3 women and then multi-rolling. So for each one I've got a big overview, the example, the semiotics, because it has to have semiotics in it. Point 3, situation of the woman, sexualisation, sexism, how it's not fair for any of them because the men always get not telling the truth. They believe the, and then this is the kick to modernism. This will be my final point. Along with how the commentary kicks into all of this. So this, I'm just about to write up here. This was like, I had another few points here. Hold on, I probably could.
You can spam that move and just keep the person in the
Okay, so I've just gone back to the beginning. This was my official essay plan. This was like the one I sent to my tutor, and this is what I went on and then made this from, so I'm just going to write this onto here. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Guess which bitch just did her essay plan. And that doesn't seem very much, but the intro plus that is 274 words. That's pretty good. I want to see how much this is and if I need to add anything else. Okay, my intro is 102. Okay, that's pretty good. Fine. Okay, see you. Hey! So this is the end of the video. I'm actually decided to split photo analysis into 2 vlogs. So this was me prepping, starting my initial thoughts on the play, and then I'm going to do the second part. So I'm really getting through my essay now, but I'm gonna split this into 2. So this is the first part. Look out for part 2, which will be coming very soon. I will actually, like, when I finish my essay, I'm gonna print it off and like show it fully done, but I'm currently working on it, so expect another vlog soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Please comment down below another video you would like to see, and yeah, thanks for watching. Look out for more of me crying over people being idiots.